Hi friends, good morning. Today I'm here to tell you about some pre-surgical testing that I had done yesterday morning. It is 2 weeks officially today until my vertical gastric sleeve, so I am really excited, obviously counting down the days. And I hadn't really heard many people on YouTube talk about this part of pre-surgical testing. So when my surgical coordinator called me and told me like, oh, you have to do all these things, I was a little bit surprised, but it was very easy. So I had chest x-ray, EKG, blood work and urine work, and a venous Doppler done, which sounds like a lot, but I arrived at 8 a.m. I was done by like 10:30, so it was really very simple. So I arrived at the location 8 a.m. and first they did the chest x-ray. So you take off your clothes from the waist up, put on a hospital gown, and they have this like a flat thing. I don't know, a flat square picture x-ray thing, and you just you stand up against it, arms down. First you stand up against it, arms down, and then you turn to the side and hold a bar basically, and then they take your picture this way. So they're taking an x-ray of your chest from the front and from the side. Takes 2 seconds. Fine. Then they took me into another room, switched my hospital gown from opening in the back to opening in the front, and the lady did my EKG, which I thought the EKG was the one where you run on the treadmill, so that's what I had in my mind, but that's a stress test. EKG, they just put these little electrodes all over your body to measure the electrical strength of your heart. And so that was obviously painless and very easy. So they take those little sticky pads, they put one on each arm, a few on my chest, maybe like 3 or 4, like down the middle and then under the breast line, and then like at each of my ankles. And then you just lay still for a few seconds, and that's it. So that one was very simple as well. Then I gave them a urine sample, which I asked them what for, and they said really just to check for pregnancy, which I know I'm not pregnant, but okay, great. And then they did blood work, so they just did like 3 little vials. I'm really good with that sort of thing. I actually really like to watch when it goes in. It's like less scary to like watch, and I think it's pretty cool when I donate blood or whatever to be like, yeah, that is coming out of me, like I am making that blood right now. Anyway, it was very painless, totally fine. They wrapped me up, the arm with the blood work. Unfortunately, she did my right arm, and I'm right-handed. I really wish she had done my left arm, because then the rest of the day you kind of like can't bend it, but no big deal. She didn't ask. Usually they ask. Whatever. It was too early for me to think about it. And then I went to like a separate office where they did the venous Doppler, and I didn't really know what that was, but they told me it's an ultrasound on your legs. Now I've had ultrasounds done on my belly, like by my gynecologist before, so I asked the guy if it was going to be similar. If you've had an ultrasound before, like at least on your belly, they put the gel, and then it's like this wand with like a long, flat, kind of rounded edge, and they just kind of rub it on your belly, and that's it. So he said, yeah, basically same thing on your legs, except the gel is warm. So when I got there, I undressed from, left my underwear on, but undressed from the waist down. You lay in the bed, you cover yourself with a sheet, and the gel is warm, but not very warm. I mean, it's not like hot. You can really barely tell. And they go all the way down your leg, so like from your groin, from like the inside of your groin, down the inside of your leg, to like the inside of your knee, and then all the way down to your ankle on either side. So this did take a little bit longer. It took maybe 20 minutes. The guy was really super talkative, which I guess is why he's so good at his job, because the time went by really quickly. I mean, it was totally painless, but they don't move in like a fluid motion. So like they start at the groin, and then they kind of like press in and wait. Then they move down a few inches, press in, and wait. Move down, press in and wait. So, your legs are long and they have to do both of them. So it takes some time. And then you're like covered in this gel. I mean, the guy wiped it off. He was really nice. I mean, clearly very professional and like he knew what he was doing. So whatever, it was fine. But I asked him what this was for, and he said this is to check that you don't have blood clots in your legs before the surgery. So he said that in his like 14 years of doing this, they've never found blood clots in someone's legs before surgery, unless it was like a pre-existing condition that they already knew about, basically. So this was not a major concern either. And I asked him about blood clots in your legs after surgery, because I've heard that occasionally that's a complication that some people have, and he said that that's also very rare, and that as long as you get up and walk about once an hour, every hour that you're awake, which is what I've repeatedly been told, then you should be fine. So, no concerns there. It's great to hear that again from another expert. But, the whole process was really quick. That's the chest x-ray, EKG, blood work, urine work, and venous Doppler, all done from like 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. After that, I headed straight to work, and, it didn't affect me for the rest of the day, except for the bandage on your arm from the blood work, but, it was very simple. So if you have any questions, please post them below. I'm happy to answer them, and I will talk with you again soon. Okay, have a great day. Bye.